the set. Lights, camera, action. Roll camera.
Welcome. This is chapter 12 and we're almost done. This is podcast 38 and it's called Traveling into New Territory. So Penny, tell me, what does that mean?
Well, you know, sometimes we have the mentality when we get to the end of something, like the end of a book, that we're done. And you know what? You're not done. We're not done.
No.
We're not done restoring our marriage. You're not done restoring ours. It's an ongoing thing that we will continue to do until we get to heaven. Right?
That's exactly right.
There's a couple of principles that we're going to unpack in this chapter that God just really riveted our hearts with. Because what we see, the tendency in couples and the tendency in our marriage was to go through the first few years, put in all that neat support that we've been teaching in the last 11 chapters, and then drop it. Right? Yeah. We see couples do that all the time.
Yeah, we see a lot of couples that are in crisis. And, you know, a lot of the couples like ourselves, we wanted to be well. We wanted to know how to do it. And so we finally found out what that process is. And what it is getting accountability into your life. What does that mean? Like if I have a prayer partner and I'm meeting with them on a week to week, and Penny has her prayer partner. But here's the other thing is we also got into Bible studies. We have a quiet time every morning where we're meeting with Christ by ourselves individually. But what happens is couples will grab a hold of that and they'll start doing those things. And all of a sudden, they're getting this peace, this love, this joy in their life. They're having this connection with God. And all of a sudden, the problems between their spouses, they're not going away, but they're being resolved and they're able to work through them and they start getting better. And after a few months, they start going back into their old habits. They quit their, accountability support.
Stop their quiet time.
They quit meeting him because they're too busy. And all of a sudden, they're back into the old routine and their marriage starts falling apart again.
That's what happened in the book of Nehemiah. Actually, if you read on chapter 12 and chapter 13 of that book, you'll see they were cruising along, the walls were up, got people into place, had a celebration, and it didn't take long before the wheels completely came off. So we're going to share through that book 3 last plumb line principles. 1, less is more. 2, no compromise and living a life that has no confidence in the flesh. We call these plumb line principles for a reason. What is that reason?
Because we need to live by a plumb line. And what is a plumb line? A plumb line is a weighted object that's got a string or rope attached to that weighted object, and the other end is attached somewhere higher up. And what happens when this weighted object finally quits moving and stands still, the line, the rope, that goes straight up and down is perfectly, precisely vertical. And you know what? Christ is our plumb line. You know, the Word is the weighted object. And the line that's going up, and it's going up to heaven, is the Holy Spirit. And when you get in the Word every day, you get yourself aligned with Jesus. And guess what? What happens, you get this peace, this love, this joy, and all of a sudden, when you're still in the Word, guess what? That line from the Holy Spirit is perfectly, precisely vertical. And guess what? When you have that going on in your life, you're closer to God than you've ever been in your life. And that's exactly what the plan is.
So launch into chapter 12. We're excited to be at this point in the book with you. We'll see you one more time at the end of that chapter.
God bless.